A cheating story. Trust yo gut, not yo guy. This is an anger rant at myself mainly, but it'll probably help me to air this, even if nobody finds it. I came out of a serious relationship recently, in which I tried my best to see the good in my partner. Towards the end he became snappy, despite me giving up hours and hours to help him. Being stood up with no explanation became the norm, embarrassing me in front of my family. I'd like to think of myself as patient, as I let this slide for almost a year. We'd arrange something, and it'd never happen as he'd never show up, saying he was napping in the middle of the day. I should really have seen these red flags earlier, alongside being strangely secretive, but I assumed that this was due to the nature of his confidential job prior to dating me. He'd hide his phone from me, even though I never asked, nor wanted to see it. If a notification popped up, it was quickly swiped away as one of the boys. I caught a name once, and it was a presenting female name. It didn't raise alarms or questions, but a strange feeling in my gut. I so wish I'd spoken up, but I didn't know how, hence the anger towards myself. A few weeks passed and he linked me to his Pinterest to look at a board while in conversation. Snooping around something I've been given access to by the owner is fine, right? I look at his other boards on Pinterest, and one twigs my attention. A wedding board. That's so cute, I was so happy, overjoyed even. Then I saw it. It was collaborative board with the same person as popped up on his notifications. I thought this was strange, naturally. I didn't say anything. I looked the other woman up on Facebook. My boyfriend at the time didn't like having his photo taken, and never took one with me in all the time we were dating. But, I saw her and him embracing in her profile picture. I'm a more than friends way. My stomach dropped. I raised this with him and he cried, as he did often to win me over from when he'd miss plans or arrangements. I fell for it and stayed. Time passed, and I felt my trust I had in him wither away. He told me prior to all this knowledge that he had planned to go on holiday, specifically alone, to the place where she lived, with no mention of her. I connected the dots and these all played on my mind. It was like losing a limb. Heartbroken, I left him. He cried and said that he didn't understand why, eventually trying to twist it, as if I was at fault. I had given him all the spare time and energy I could muster, listened to his dreams and woes, but he actively planned to use me as a halfway house. I wasn't enough. I sometimes wonder what happened in the end. Every so often I type in the names of him and the other person and check out the funky pins they're saving. Months later, the wedding board is still there and collaborative, added to recently. Even more recently added to, is a board entitled Our House, also collaborative. This was added to 3 hours before I got a message saying I miss you today. I miss you. Gah, the audacity of this boy. Trust your gut, mine proved me right in the end, even if it did take a while. Don't cave to that dreaded message. Just a tale I had to get off my chest. Oh, and if the boy is reading, as he uses Reddit, be better at lying or stop being a scumbag. Especially don't slide into my DMs with your problems, sweetie. Frankly darling, I don't give a damn.